Hey guys, how's it going? So over the last few videos you've probably seen me fumbling around trying to work out the control board from the Xiaomi M365. I finally got there and called it a Xiaomi rather than an Xiaomi. So I've been banging on the internet for the last week or so, just trying to gather as much information as I can on the motherboard. Let me show you. So I've been trying to get as much information as I can about the motherboard, and I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm just banging my head against the wall. The idea and principle, hopefully we get there. We will get there at some point. But I think in the near future that I'm just sort of, every time I get somewhere I'm sort of hitting a brick wall and I'm not getting anywhere. So I think with the idea of this project and these videos is to try and show some sort of progress rather than me plugging a wire in and then that's the end of the video. I want to try and show something at the end of it. Obviously I've taken a working scooter, ripped everything out of it and replacing everything with newer parts, and hopefully at the end of the project it will be a working scooter again. But we're at that stage now where my knowledge is very little regarding building anything like this anyway, so I've got to the point where I just think I should maybe back off of trying to do everything same as the Xiaomi M365 with this motherboard and maybe go to the more traditional analog motherboard, because I have both. I bought both new, so because originally, like you probably watched in the other videos, I actually thought I needed both, so I bought the motherboard from the Razer E300 plus this motherboard, not realising this was a motherboard. I actually thought it was like a Bluetooth receiver or just some kind of other type motherboard that would control the dash and whatnot. So I've got to the point now where I think as good as it would have been if I could have done this, I just feel like I've hit a wall and I don't want to get to the end of the project and not have a working scooter or anything to show you guys, so it'd be a bit pointless. So I'm going to come away from the M365 motherboard and go with the older Star one, which is this one here. I've done a couple of little bits which you've probably seen in other videos to it, and I'm just going to replace like for like because I do think that's an easier option and hopefully one that will by the end of the project work. Still going along the same lines, so we're still using the same battery from the Xiaomi M365. We've definitely got that battery. Still need the loom, so that's all relevant. Battery charger is still in the right place, so there's nothing different there. It's just a case of this motherboard and the dash, including the throttle and the brake lever, will be put in a box for the next project. There is a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and I wasn't going to do this, but I managed to pick up a Razer E300. I don't know if that was good enough. I don't know if you got to see that quite as well as I was hoping, but I picked up a broken Razer E300 from Facebook Marketplace, I think it was, for like next to nothing. I think I paid like 15 quid for it. I know what's wrong with it. The batteries are dead. Easy fix. We've got the brand new batteries from this scooter, which I purchased just a few months ago. So I could literally put them straight in it, or after I've done this one I could go down the same route and try and reuse this motherboard from the M365 plus the accelerator plus the brake lever, and work that in the Razer 300. That would probably be the better option because this style of scooter I've got here is called, I think it was called like a freestyle. I don't even know the make of it. I've only ever seen one other one online for sale, and it was like miles away, so it wasn't even worth buying. But obviously I'm building this for me, and I'm just showing you guys how I get on with it. The plan is now, this is plan B, which we wasn't going to do. The plan is now, once this build's done, is to then start the E300 with all the new bits. Hopefully by then we're a couple of months down the road and the knowledge is there. Somebody might have got back to me on the internet, or I've just managed to stumble my way through it and worked it out. So the good thing is we've now got 2 projects to do. And the second project will probably be a bit more relevant for you guys, because I presume a lot of you probably have the E300 rather than this style of rare scooter that I've got here. Still want to do the same things to it, so we'll still put a new battery in the E300, and we'll probably do the brake discs as well. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe, rather than have this style motor in here I've got on this one, I might even go with the front wheel style motor off of the Xiaomi M365 on the Razor 300. I think it'll probably, there's about an inch difference in size. So back to this project, this is still plan A. Little bit disappointed I couldn't go down the route I wanted to, but there is a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and we can use this, but all the bits we've bought aren't going to go to waste, and they'll go into something that's probably a bit more relevant for you guys and your projects, in case you want to replicate what I'm doing. So going back to this one, this is my frame, my new style battery, the motherboard control board is coming out. I'm replacing it with the more analog one. The looms keeping in because that's what we want, new style motor, and then if we get time we're going to move on to putting the brake disc on that wheel. So I think I'm going to whip this one out and put the other one in, and then we'll probably start connecting a few wires together and see whether we either blow ourselves up or whether we actually get the motor running. Right, so I've now removed the motherboard from the Xiaomi M365 and replaced it with the 36 volt motherboard from or control board from the Razor E300 style scooter. It now looks like a madman having a shit, and there's just wires everywhere and it's doing my nutting, but we kind of can see what's going on. If you remember from one of my other videos, I've kind of sectioned off ones I did need to ones I didn't need, or I think I need, and things that I don't need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going through these wires and connecting what I need and what I don't need, and just seeing whether one we blow it ourselves up, on two it actually starts working. Fingers crossed. Some of these I had to replace the wires because it's quite old. I had to do a bit of soldering and just tidying up these just to make sure everything's working fine. So this is a key start, and I hope I haven't lost the key, because that will be a pain in the ass. Somewhere. Oh, yeah. So we've still got a key, which is good. There you go, in there like so. So we've got our brown and our two browns for the key start. So we're now looking for what wire that connects to. So this is a loom from the handlebars. It just reaches, which is good. So we've got our speed control, which is speed control. So we still need to work out where this yellow wire goes, which hopefully we're doing a bit. And you've got our horn. So that's the other good thing. By doing it this way, we should be able to keep our horn, because we like that. Obviously, this looks like a crazy person's just put all this together, and if you know me, you might agree with it. If you you don't, you will, the battery is black to black, red to red. Excellent. I'm actually going to end up walking around like this. I'm having to bend down. I've got a big shed, or man cave as I like to call it, but it's not very tall, and I'm like 6'3", so not a good combination by any means. And we're almost at the point where it's going to go bang. I shouldn't be joking about that because it's probably not far from the truth. So now what we're going to do is double check everything we've done, and then black to yellow. Right, so we're happy with them. Yes, tick. Yellow wire from the key start, which I can't remember where it went, which is a pain. A pain in my ass. Okay guys, so we've plugged everything in now to how I think it should be, and when I turn the key, I'm not getting any power light on my throttle. It gives me an indicator of how much power, well, the power's on or off. Got to that point again where I'm scratching my head and banging my head against the wall. This is where my knowledge runs out. I've obviously plugged something in wrong, because I'm getting this power from the battery. As soon as I touch the wires together, I get a little tiny spark. Shows you there's power there. But I think I've wired it up wrong somewhere in the loom. What I was trying to do is replicate the old loom to the old motherboard that come with the old scooter, and it is a lot different to what I've got here. I was under the idea it would just be a case of like for like, but it clearly isn't. So another deflated night, I think. Nothing seems to be going to plan this last couple of days. Doesn't matter how many times I turn this, it's not going to give me any power. So I'm going to have to look at the instructions again, have a look what wires I've got here, and then back to the drawing board, I think. But definitely no power. So a bit annoying really. It should be, I was just hoping it'd be a little bit easier than this. I think something I might be able to do is just bypass the switch, the key, have that loop together, so that shouldn't be asking for anything if there's anything wrong here. So I'll have a look. Just unplug that. So I'm going to go and do a bit of research, look at what I've got, look at what I had, make sure they tally up to some kind of, so they look like they should be there and everything's working together. Sorry I couldn't get this working today. I was kind of hoping that we'd start seeing this little cog spinning around at some point tonight. As always guys, thank you for watching, give us a thumbs up, subscribe down the bottom, and I'll catch you guys around.